Coach, pretty solid weekend for the team over in Lexington and set up what is essentially your best outdoor season in almost 10 years. I guess takeaways from the weekend.
Yeah, it was really exciting. We experienced the same thing that we did at the MAC Championships, where we got some really good performances that first day and carried that momentum through. I think each kid that was competing just really felt the excitement of being there and having that chance to go to the next round.
So not only three qualifiers, most since 2008, but three first-time competitors. Take me through what they showed over in Lexington and big-time competition.
Yeah, so I mean, we had Martha Zeckley competed in the hammer throw, and it was a tough day because there was a lot of rain, and so the weather was definitely a factor. In fact, you could see some of the other competitors step into the ring, and they just didn't like the weather. I mean, she stepped in, she got her job done right away. I think it was the day before, actually, during her practice throws, that she realized that it was a good weekend, and I could see it on her face the whole weekend. It was just focus, and it more than anything, it was confidence. And so when she stepped into the ring, she threw it out there, and it was kind of a lock, but at the same time, we had to wait for other girls to not pass her in that last round. And so it was really exciting once we realized that she was in for sure. We're just kind of counting down the numbers. Okay, she's still top 12, top 10. It was just really exciting. Danielle threw the javelin, and again, the weather was a factor, and so for her to step onto that runway and to launch it out there, kind of right in the mix with everybody else, and so we didn't know for sure if she was going to make it or not until the very last throw. So again, just a really exciting competition for her. And then you had Andrew Dusing, who made it in the 1500 and showed what, in my mind, was the most mature racing that I've seen from him yet. And he closed in a 51.9 second 400 in the final in order to make it to Eugene. And I told him afterwards, I was like, if you don't think that you're in shape to go sub 340 right now, then you're crazy. So we got some really exciting things coming up.
Having competed several times over in the atmosphere at Eugene, what kind of knowledge or kind of and wisdom are you kind of imparting on them to prepare them for this big stage?
Yeah, Eugene is an amazing place for a track and field athlete. I mean, Prefontaine is obviously the figurehead of Tracktown USA out in Eugene, and you don't have to be a distance runner to enjoy it, because when you go out there on that stage, it seems like everybody in town understands track and field. Not just what it is, but they understand the marks. They know what a good mark is. And so if you say, hey, I threw 62 meters in the hammer throw, they understand that that's a really good mark. So you've got Andrew Dusing running in Pre's event, maybe the 1500, and so he's going to step onto that track, and he's going to feel this nostalgia about the history that was Hayward Field, and that is Hayward Field. And I think that they can step up and just really feel that, and I'm going to let them know that you step into the ring there, or you step onto the line, and you are now a part of history with Olympian after Olympian, and it's something that they can really be proud of.
All right, Andrew, this has been a year of firsts for you in your senior year, making it over to nationals. Just tell me about the feeling of that.
Yeah, no, going in, I wasn't seeded like supposed to get in, but knew kind of had a long shot, 50% chance I thought to get in. So, raced in and got in, and it's a dream come true. I think something I wanted to do since coming here freshman year. I know a lot of the history of Miami guys getting in, and it's cool to be a part of that now.
You had a big race on Thursday, finishing second in the prelims, and then you kind of had to sit on that for 2 days. What was that mental preparation like?
Yeah, Thursday went great. Like you said, taking second, I felt really smooth. It's kind of like, I just want to get the next one done because I felt so good. And but you kind of have to wait your time out. It's like a full 48 hours, so a lot of kind of wasted time just sitting in a hotel. A lot of time to stress about the race coming up. But it went well, and just took my time with it. Kind of tried to enjoy as much as I could. Luckily had a lot of teammates to cheer on to keep my mind off the racing. But for the most part, just relaxed and didn't change anything. Ate good food, and was ready to go when it was time to be ready to go.
So you got a big race in Eugene coming up. What's the preparation like turning to that?
Yeah, not a whole lot different from this past week. I've never seen it, so I don't really know what to expect. But I've watched videos of it, and it looks like it's gonna be pretty amazing atmosphere out there. So just do the small things right these next couple 10 or so days, and then when I get out there, keep my race strategy the same. be in a position with 400 to go. You never know how these races shape up. It's championship racing, so it could be fast, could be slow, could be a mix of both. So, just gonna be ready for whatever I can. Just relax these next couple of days as best I can. Tame the excitement. I know I've had some harder nights to sleep than usual because of the excitement, but just get back down to normal and be ready to go when it needs to be, when it's time. So,
Danielle, your NCAA debut was a pretty good one. Made your way over to nationals last weekend. Take me through the excitement of getting to Eugene.
Yeah, it was really exciting for me. I mean, I kind of snuck in, so that was kind of nerve-wracking. I had a really big adrenaline high, and then it kind of went down, and then it went back up when I found out I actually qualified. So, yeah, I'm really excited for Eugene and getting to travel with my teammates.
What was that weight like? As you mentioned, you sitting over at 12 with a handful of throws still to go.
Mm-hmm.
Just take me through that process a little bit.
I actually had no idea where I was ranked at the time, so I was kind of ticked off with how my competition went and how I competed with other girls. But when I found out I qualified for 12th, it was definitely an excitement. Honestly, it was really exciting, but it was really, really, really nerve-wracking. And I heard a lot of my teammates and all my coaches and friends and family were all kind of like waiting for it to refresh. But yeah, it was exciting.
So turning over to getting to Oregon, making your debut out there, what's the plan of getting a few more bigger marks than what you got over in Lexington?
Yeah, I'm coming in as an underdog, which is a pretty good position for me. This is my first time at nationals, so no one really knows who I am. So if I go out there and pop out a good throw, it'll be a good experience.
Martha, senior year, you make your first NCAA prelims and decided to make that one count and go to Eugene. I guess thoughts on the weekend. How excited are you to go to Eugene?
I'm really excited. It was fun. I was in the second flight of 3, so after I competed, I was just like, we just have to wait and see what happens. And for me, it worked out. So.
And take us through the waiting. I mean, you have an entire flight of throwers still having to get their reps in. You were sitting second after the second flight, so you're feeling pretty good going into that.
Yeah, I had the best meet inconsistency-wise that I had for so far this season. I didn't get like my best numbers, but after I was done, it was like it was out of my hands. So I just had to wait and see what they were throwing, and there are a lot of great competitors there. It just depended on whose day it was, and it ended up being my day out of like a couple of the top 12. So
now you got another meet for Miami over in Eugene. I guess what's the mindset going into that to step up against literally the best competitors in the country?
Being my senior year and just being like very thankful that I'm at this meet. I think just to have fun and end on a good note, and it's been a fun run, and I'm thankful I get to end it in Eugene.